Well, hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of The Kitchen. Let's do it. The Kitchen is an action crime drama from writer-director Andrea Berloff and Warner Brothers. Based on the Vertigo Comics miniseries of the same name, the film stars Melissa McCarthy, Tiffany Haddish, Elisabeth Moss, Domhnall Gleeson, Margo Martindale, and Common. The wives of New York gangsters in Hell's Kitchen in the 1970s continue to operate their husbands' rackets after they're locked up in prison. So I remember seeing the trailer for this months ago. I thought it looked a little bit like Widows, which was a movie that I enjoyed, and it had a stacked cast, so I was really looking forward to it. It's not very good. Now, currently it's got 22% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think it's that bad, but this movie has a lot of problems. As per usual, though, let's talk about the good first. The main cast in this flick are all very strong, particularly our three leads. I'm not surprised by Elisabeth Moss. I think she's a great actress, and I think she's great here. As is Melissa McCarthy, even though she's got resting, frowny face for the entire movie, which gets a little bit tired, she turns in a really nuanced performance. The big surprise to me was Tiffany Haddish, who I know is very funny, but I've never seen her take on a dramatic role. I think she absolutely owned it. I always liked Domhnall Gleeson, that doesn't change here, and I dug Common in the movie. I wish he'd had a little bit more to do. I thought the production design was really strong. Man, New York City was a grimy place in the 70s, and the soundtrack is absolutely killer. Now, I love movies where the put upon gain agency and confidence and start kicking ass and taking names. I love that stuff. And that's exactly what this movie is. Our three leads, these women, have been pushed around their entire lives due to sexism, racism, spousal abuse, etc. And the whole first act, I couldn't wait for them to take control and start pushing back. And then the movie just rushes through all of that with a montage. It goes like this. They decide to do something about their situation and get into the extortion game. We see a couple of their first attempts, which are kind of bumbling, then a montage, then boom, they're running New York City. I'm exaggerating, but not by very much. I really wanted to see that gradual change in the characters, and the storytelling choice to do it this way really robs the movie of its most compelling factor. And the flick never decides on a specific tone. At times it wants to be a gangster movie, at times it's trying to be a gritty comedy, and they never really mesh. And the writing is, I hate to say it, it's quite bad. The dialogue is just crummy. That's a word I never use. There are so many lines where the character is supposed to come across as badass, and I laughed out loud, which I guarantee was not what they were going for. And when there is subtext, it really is on the nose. There's a scene where one character experiences a sort of rebirth, and the way it's visualized, it's like the laziest of metaphors. Finally, the movie really lacks tension. There were moments where I was on edge, but they were few and far between. Now, this is the first directing credit for Andrea Berloff, and it really does show. I don't think this is a terrible movie, but it's heavily flawed despite some really strong performances. I wouldn't recommend spending money to go see it in the theater, particularly because I don't think the theater experience is going to make the movie any better. I think you'd have just as good of a time watching it on your computer, so I'd recommend waiting for streaming. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna give The Kitchen, and I think I'm gonna give The Kitchen a...
What do we think?
Wow, it's not even hot.
I'm sorry.
It's sort of lukewarm.
Out of 10. So now I want to know, have you seen The Kitchen? What did you think about it? What is your favorite comedic actor or actress turned dramatic actor or actress role of all time? Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.